If it's Sunday, no, it's Friday. If it's Friday, if it's straight up 12 noon and you're watching right here on Facebook, it is time for the About Mansfield Consumer Advice Series. And I'm Steve Casillo. Thanks for being here today. You probably already knew that. But today we are talking with, because we are only 1 week away from tax day. And so let's go ahead and bring him in as our tax manager, tax advisor, tax expert. The tax manager to the stars, we call him, is Adam Coen. And do you like that? You're
I
cracking
love
up.
it. I love it, Steve. It's perfect.
Okay, tax tax manager to the stars
Yeah.
is Adam Coen, and so really right now as a tax preparer, tax manager, you're a week away from April 15th. You're basically in filing extension season right now, aren't you?
It is all hands on deck and it is extensions, extensions. You are right.
Wow. But we're not here to talk about extensions.
Thank God.
Yes. This is a question really that I've had for a while because I don't understand it, and now I'm glad that you are bringing this topic to me because I want to know more about it. And this is about trusts. And so let's really start with the elementary question: what is a trust?
Okay. Well, it's not an elementary answer. The best I can give you is it's an arrangement through which you, as the holder of various types of things, be those property or rights to other assets, give those over to some sort of entity through an agreement, and then you're allowing another person to control those rights in those assets. That's the most elementary way to explain it. But essentially, it's as if you're holding on to a piece of property, and you're going to say, "All right, I'm putting this property into another thing's name, and someone else is going to be able to tell that property how to act and what it should do." That's kind of a roundabout way of explaining it.
Okay.
It has a very specific legal definition. I don't know what that legal definition is offhand, but that's the best way I can explain it.
And I just brought up my phone here because Google is at a fingertip, and
Yeah,
there are charitable trusts, irrevocable trusts, life insurance trusts, revocable trusts, Taunton trusts, living trusts. How does the average consumer, which is what we are delivering to today,
sure.
know which trust is best for them?
Yeah, well, the first thing is you need to talk with an advisor, and that advisor should be both qualified in terms of asset protection and tax, as well as they should be an attorney. To spin up a trust, you need an attorney involved. The right thing to do is to have a licensed attorney on your side, drawing that up based upon what your goals are, based upon your individual situation. But then that person needs to partner with a tax advisor to make sure that the tax implications are effected as you want them to, as you guys had planned and written up the document for those things to happen. Because there's a lot of different ways that can impact you personally or impact your business, depending upon what you're trying to do. And like you say, as many different types of trusts as there are, I mean, really, if you can dream it up, there's probably a trust for it.
Okay.
And so the end goal is what will drive the type of trust that you go after.
Then let's use a personal situation. I own my home and I own another property which we rent. Do I need a trust?
Well, it depends. You have kids.
Yeah, a couple of them.
You want to provide for those kids
Generational
after you're
wealth, that's a
gone.
good thing.
Yeah, yeah. So the idea would be, all right, you've got two facets usually that come into play when you're talking about a trust. Number one is risk management or asset risk, and then tax mitigation or perhaps tax reduction. And so, from a risk standpoint, if you're trying to secure your assets from creditors for you personally, or if you're trying to reduce the amount of risk to your other assets, let's say you have a business and then you have this property, yeah, you might want to put those items into a trust. The type of trust is up for debate. It could be a living trust or a grantor type trust, meaning that you retain that asset and can control the asset during your lifetime. But you could decide you want to take it back at any time. Or it could be something like a charitable trust. Let's say you wanted to leave the assets to a charity of your choice upon your demise. So you would put those things into a title those things into a trust and say, well, when I'm gone, I'm going to leave these assets to this charity that I want to support. Or maybe it's your favorite school even. And there could be a lot of different ways that you would want to structure those trusts. But the point of it is, whether you personally need one is going to be up to an analysis that you're going to have to sit down and do. The tax implications are, do I have gift taxes I have to be concerned with? Do I have income taxes I have to be concerned with? Estate taxes that I have to be concerned with? Generation skipping transfer taxes? There's all these various types of taxes that can come into play. And those all require their own separate analysis. And I'm going to try to slow down, Steve. I've had 6 cups of coffee.
I was going to say there's a tax for everything, isn't there?
There is. There is.
Yes,
I read
and
poetry recently.
I've got my coffee too, and
oh,
but it's 12 noon, which is usually my cutoff time. So
oh well, I'm going to have another after our call. So the answer to that question is very likely it would be beneficial to avoid probate when you pass away, when you and your wife are gone. Where are those assets going to go? They're either going to pass through your estate to your heirs, or they're going to pass outside of your estate through a trust into the hands and the possession of your various heirs.
all right. So if both of my kids are the heirs to my trust, when we, as the parents, when we pass, it avoids probate court.
Correct.
Correct. Okay. And that trust transfers to the kids. Am I in the right direction?
Yeah, well, it depends upon how it's structured again, but it usually, yes, the beneficiaries of the trust are the kids, and then they may be the trustees of the trust as well. In other words, they can direct the assets of the trust after you're gone. If you set up the trust during your life, very likely you and your wife are going to be the trustees, and then your kids would be the beneficiaries. And then after you guys are gone, then the trustees would become the kids. So they both are the beneficiaries and the trustees of the trust. And so they can direct those assets to be whatever, invested in whatever way they want or distributed in whatever way they want for their benefit. And yeah, it avoids the whole process of probate.
And that was my next question then. So they become the trustee of the trust. They can make the amendments. They can choose who their heirs are. And again, avoiding, when that time comes to transfer that trust again, it becomes, again, not having to go through the probate
Correct.
process.
You're absolutely right. And so let's say, here's an example, right? Let's say you have a company that installs roofing, but it's a commercial roofer and they do hundreds of millions of dollars a year. And you're going to take that stock of that company and you're going to put it into your trust for the benefit of your kids. And your kids are going to, they're not going to get the stock. They're going to get, basically be beneficiaries of this trust. You're going to run this trust as the trustee until you die. And then when you're gone, the kids are now maybe they're in charge of the company, but they're going to have the shares through the trust, and they're going to get the benefit of the shares receiving distributions from the corporation as it makes earnings. It goes into the trust invests those items, whatever that is, and then the kids are going to get a lifetime benefit out of it.
Yeah.
It's avoided probate, it's avoided excess tax, and it's avoided potential risk by creditors as well.
And I, as an individual, am so glad that there are people like you out there who know the ins and outs and trusts and the tax implications that go along with those
Yeah.
trusts. And so if
Yeah.
someone wanted some more information about how to start a trust, what is a trust, why do I need a trust, or do I even need a trust, how can people reach out to Adam Coen?
Well, give us a call here at Jack Letterman CPA firm. We're in Arlington. We're at 817-231-0666. Again, 231-0666. Anybody here can help you. We'd be happy to talk with you about how can we partner with you and with your attorney and save your wealth from going to the government.
Should they wait until April 16th to call you?
They should wait till April 19th to
Oh,
call.
to 19th.
The deadline is the 18th. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So make a note and put that sticky note, whether it's on your computer or on your desk or on your refrigerator. Wait until April 19th to call Adam Coen. He is feverishly filing extensions. And as soon as we get past tax day, he would love to talk to you about trusts.
That's right. Without caffeine-fueled brain.
Tax manager to the stars, Adam Coen. We'll see you next Friday.
See you next Friday.